Good day, everyone. Om Agnanam Timrandasya Gyanam Janashalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Very good day, everyone. Do any one of you have a question? Or not? Nobody have any question? Then I did. Yes, Mataji.
I cannot understand why the parents of Shirdi Sai Baba left their baby boy in the wood. Oh, they knew that is the incarnation of Shiva.
Okay. You see, between stories and reality, there's a big difference. Firstly, let's look at it from a cultural point of view. You see, in the West, you think in a certain way. But in the East, especially in India, the dharma of a wife is not toward the children, it's toward the husband. So when the husband, according to the story, decide to take sannyas, to let go of everything, and when he was going to the Himalayas, so the wife said, my duty is to be with you. No matter what, my duty is towards you. So, she followed her husband. Does she know the child? No. For her, what she knows is that firstly, here you're looking, first we have to divert your mind from a Western way of looking, from an Eastern way of looking, to be able to understand that. Because you see, in the West, everybody appeared to be perfect, appeared to be very loyal. Everything is a show. But in the East, no. They focus on the dharmic point. For her, her dharma, like I said earlier, was to follow her husband. She don't know anything about the child. Even if she had that knowledge that this is Shiva himself incarnate. Another story said that they didn't have any children, and then they prayed, and Lord Shiva came and tested the wife and blessed her finally, and said, I will myself be born inside of you. So, from a cultural point of view, from following the dharmic point of view, she's right what she's doing. She's following her husband. An obstruction will be if she let go of her dharma and look after her child. So then the point will be, why don't take the child with? That is Western point of view. Now, it became a hindrance because who will take care of the child? She can't even take care of herself. How would she take care of somebody else? It makes it difficult. So, from her point of view, it's better to leave the child where somebody else can look after and brought the child in a proper way. And then there is the point of view of faith. No? Faith is there. you see, the people who have faith in God, they know that God will take care of everything. It's not in their hand. It is in His hand. So with such strong faith, they let go of the child also. It is not because the mother wanted to let go of the child. This is not like that. I say. She was in a position where she could not really decide. And of course, being a loyal wife, she followed her dharma towards her husband. This is the fact of the Indian culture, the fact of Sanatana Dharma, you know. And of course, you see, when you look at it from a Western point of view, it's totally wrong. Okay, now we come to the point of the second point of the story point. Folkloric, that can capture your mind. Because, you see, as long as something is direct, you don't like it. You like to have a story behind. You like to have a embellishment of something. But story and the truth goes hand in hand together. They're not separate from each other. When somebody tells you a story, actually, they are telling you the truth, but in a disguised way. In a village, there were two beautiful Mataji. Very sexy. To the beauty whoever is seeing. One was called story, and then one was called truth. They both stayed in one hut together. And of course, the villagers was wondering why these two wonderful beauties are staying together. So one fine day, a sadhu was passing by, and the sadhu said, "Please, I'm here, serve me." So they both served the sadhu with great love and dedication. But when the sadhu was leaving, I have to bless them. I have to give them something, a boon, a blessing or something like that. This is the way, but the sadhu does. What he did? He took out from his bag a mirror and give it to both of them. So let's name the two in the Indian name. Satya, Sach, and the other one, Kahani. Sach means truth, and Kahani means story. So Sach and Kahani, both of them take the mirror, start looking at each one of them. Sach said, "I am the most beautiful." Kahani said, "Look at me, I am the most beautiful." Just like you Matajis do. Less to the Prabhu, because they know probably they are beautiful. But I met one Prabhu. Every time he was passing by in front of the mirror, he will always... So, Sach and Kahani both said, "Okay, fine. Let's prove it now. Let's find out which one is the most beautiful." So first, Sach went out of the hut. She walked. As she was walking, the people who were working in the field, when they saw her, they ran away to the house. And as she walked a little bit more further, they went hiding inside the house. So she walked a few steps more. She was shocked, but no one came to see her. What she do? She removed her clothes. Naked, she stand there. Everybody closed their gate. So, what is next? She went back to the hut with her face down. Kahani said, "What's wrong with you?" That she didn't say anything. Said, "That is my turn now." The Kahani dressed up with a very mini skirt. She put a lot of jewelry on her, threw her hair out, put a nice sindoor on, put a nice tilak, just like you all dressed nicely. And there she put the braid of the hair, and she went out. Look, older man, they're in dream. Kahani went. The moment she went out, all of them came out. Big mouth. Open. They all went around her. So she went back again into her hut. And as she went into the hut, she said, "I accept defeat." I said, no. She put her hand on her shoulder and said, "No, you can't accept defeat. Because the story, Kahani and truth goes together." You see, people like stories. This is a Indian mindset, Eastern mindset. In the East, we like to make everything appear more what it is. We like to stretch everything. In so many life of so many saints, what we see, we hear only the stories of their miracles. Maybe somebody went there with a fever. "Oh, saints, help me." Bang. "Oh, I was dying and I was saved." This is stories. Nobody like naked truth. Truth is naked. Who like that? Nobody like. Nobody like to hear the reality of how things is. But when it is disguised with a story that captivates your mind, which is not wrong. Because at that moment, your mind becomes a creative mind. That right lobe of your mind itself, the right lobe of your brain, which is always dormant, that which is creative inside of you, which normally you don't like to look at it because everything is just pressing button nowadays. Press one button, the computer AI do everything for you. No? What is happening to you? Your creative mind is finished. Can you handle the truth? No, you can't. Do you want to know the truth? No, you don't want to know the truth. The truth is too painful to know. That's why you like to hear stories. You like to read stories. You like to tell stories. That's what you remember. You don't remember anything else. The philosophy which the Swamis will be teaching you, would you remember? No. I was in the pilgrimage. I asked in the bus a few questions. These people have read Bhagavad Gita. I asked them some question from Bhagavad Gita. These people, the devotees, they have read it not one time, several times. I asked them a few questions. They could not answer. Because it is philosophy. But the same thing, if you tell them, tell the story of Mahabharata, for example, that they can tell. Because it captivates your mind. So between reality and the story that you read and hear, there is certain truth in it. But you have to dig into that to find it. You can't just read it and presume it is like that. Because I don't think any mother would just let go of their child like this. Even if it is the dharma of the wife. For sure, she has provide for the child. For sure, she has the reason. But do we want to know the reason? No, we don't want to know the reason. Because we have made up our mind that it is like that. Somebody come to you and tell you something negative. You will not even think twice what is behind that. You will already jump into conclusion. That this is wrong. Because you think you are right. You are so self-conscious, that show clearly you don't even know who you are. Because if you will know who you are, nobody can shake you. Nobody can move you. But because of that self-conscious, your ego is so without any measure, that shake you, that bother you, that make you weak. Where is your strength? Where's that energy inside of you? All depart from you because you have heard the story from a different angle. All the happiness you have had, all can be forgotten in 1 second. All the joyful moment can be forgotten only by one single mistake. Like Einstein, once he was teaching, he was writing on the board, the calculation of 9. 1 times 9, 9, 2 times 9, 18, 3 times 9, 24. Yes? So he carried on until the last. 10 times 9, 90. So then the children start laughing. And he asked, why are you all laughing? He said, you made a mistake. I said, no, I didn't make a mistake. I purposely made it. I consciously made it. But you people didn't focus on the 9, the other positive things that were there. but you hang on that one mistake that I made. And this is how people are, you see. If they don't understand something, either they classified it as a mistake, or they classified it as negative, or those whose mind is more elevated, they see behind what it is. So you have to be able to dissecate that between story and reality. And what reality is. Reality is naked truth, which you can't handle. That's why it is embellished in stories, so that it make it easy for you to grasp it. Any more questions? Then give her the mic. Sorry.
Джей Гурудев, скажите, как можно сохранить милосердие и любовь к врагу, который пришел разрушить твой дом? И надо ли это делать?
Jai Gurudev, how can I handle their love and compassion to somebody who came to destroy my home? And should I do something about it?
Well, what can you do? Look, I understand your question and I understand where it comes from. But right now, we have to see, we are all one family. Sometimes in a family, there is disagreement. Is in your family, everything is perfect, or you have disagreement? In every family, there is disagreement. We can react to this disagreement and become negative, or we can also hold upon what spirituality teaches, We hold upon that love inside of ourselves. I don't say that it is right that somebody else come and invade your house. You don't do anything. But you have to also to see, that what can you do? You can do it something in a negative way, act very irresponsible, which at the end you yourself would not be happy. Because whatever you act with an attitude of negativeness, nothing positive can come out of that. So what can you do in that moment is just pray. That is one thing that you can do. If you trust in the power of prayer, like I would say yesterday, pray. Bring more positive energy. Because right now, you see, let's say, not forget about right now. So if something like that happened into your family, it happened into your, place, what is the attitude, the mind of people? Negative. Everybody become negative. The media will throw things out which is probably true or not true. But what is your point? To become negative and contribute to the, gross negative energy and make things worse? Or stay positive and build upon that positivity? But things can change. As much as darkness is everywhere, a small light makes a big difference. You can brighten your little light, make it more stronger by being positive. Because being negative will not change anything. Being positive, maybe you will say yes, it is also not changing anything, because you want something to happen like this. No, being positive takes its time, but it bear the fruit of it. There was a mother walking with his child. Very cultured mother was walking with his child. As they were walking, a mad woman come, start abusing the mother in front of the child. The child, shocked, look at the mother and said, he was in a shocked state, why the mother is not reacting. So the mad woman, seeing that the mother is not reacting, became even more angry. They start hurling abuses towards her husband, also the child itself. The mother stayed calm. Didn't react. After some time, the mad woman became tired and went away. So then the son asked the mother, "Mother, that woman had been throwing all this abuse on you. Why did you keep calm?" The mother didn't answer to the child. So they went home. As they reached home, the mother went into the washing room, took some dirty clothes, which is smelling, bring it to the child and said, "Here, take this, wear it." So the child said, "No, I will not wear that. It is smelly and it is dirty." The mother said, "No, wear it." He said, "No, I can't wear it. It is filthy." Then the mother sat down and told to the child, exactly the same way that you don't take the dirt from somebody else. You don't want to wear the dirty clothes because you're clean. So you're clean, you will not wear smelly clothes. So the same way, you should not let anyone disturb the peace of your mind, the clarity of your mind, by infusing their negativity upon you. Because if you take it, then you're participating into this collective negativity. Because you do participate into that. By becoming negative, you feed that collective energy, which is negative, dark. But if you are positive, you don't feed that negative energy. And you stay positive, I don't say it is an easy thing. I don't say that you should not react, but react in a right way, not in a destructive way. You can react by helping also. You can react by keeping your pose energy, keep yourself calm. Because keeping yourself calm is also a reaction. Because people think that somebody which is calm, they are not reacting, it is bad. No. To keep yourself posed, keep yourself calm, keep yourself into the positive energy itself, it takes much more effort than being in negative. Because being negative is very easy. To hate is very easy. To love, it takes an effort. And that way, you prove to yourself but you are a human being. Otherwise, no, you can't consider yourself as a human being. You consider yourself as an animal, even worse than an animal. So, choice is yours. Jai Gurudev.